Hi everyone, welcome to the day 16 of Innovation and Inspiration at TechFusion GCC 2024. I'm Sohail, your guide on this exciting journey, proudly hosted by FINAP Worldwide Bahrain under our pioneering Gulf Platform Solutions. As we always say, it's not just about connecting, it's about igniting a spark of possibilities and exploring the limitless horizons of technology together with GPS. A wait for a session packed with software insights tailored for your business. At FINAP Worldwide Bahrain, we are not just creating solutions, we are leading a change with our GPS platform. This effort goes beyond typical projects. It reflects our commitment to connecting every ambitious mind in Gulf with cutting edge technology. With GPS, we are pushing boundaries further into the space of software solutions. We are leading a digital revolution that's accessible, cost effective, but also cutting edge. This is innovation like you have never seen before. Now let's talk about transformation. Today, our spotlight is on FINAP's HR management system. First, we'll explore the challenges faced by the HR professionals in traditional HR management methods. Then, we'll introduce you to the features and benefits of our HR management software. After that, we'll walk you through the live demo to showcase how the software works in real time. Finally, we'll conclude with the Q&A session. So, where you can ask questions that you may have. Let's start by addressing the common challenges faced by the HR professionals in traditional HR management models. As many of you know, traditional HR management methods often involve in manual processes, paperwork, and outdated systems. This can lead to inefficiencies, errors, and lack of real-time insights into the HR data. Moreover, managing employee records, payrolls, benefits administration, and compliance can become overwhelming, especially as organizations grow and evolve. This is where FINAP's human resource management software comes into action. This innovative solution is designed to streamline HR processes, improve productivity, and enhance employee experiences for small to medium-sized businesses and institutions. With HR management software, you can automate routine HR tasks such as employee onboarding, time tracking, leave management, and performance evaluations. Additionally, you can have access to powerful analytics and reporting tools that provide valuable insights to your workforce trends and metrics. Now let's dive into a live demo of the FINAP's human resource management software to see its features in action. This system is web hosted and it is modular. So you can log into the system with any browser and any device as long as you're connected to the internet. So let me quickly go into the login page so that you can see from the very beginning. So the login page will look like this, but then this is the demo model, so you'll not see the company logos and all. But then when you install this software into your company, you'll be able to see your company's logo, and you'll be greeted with the login page with how your company colors go. So once you log into the system, initially you'll be greeted with the dashboard. In the dashboard, you'll be able to see your pending tasks as you being an employee, your projects, reminders that you'll have to do, the tickets that you may have gotten, any announcements that's circulating around the organization, and the latest activities, so you can keep track of what's happening in your organization. In your dashboard, you'll have your to-do list so that you will know that what tasks that you have for the day, and you can add new tasks if you have as onto your to-do list. And if you are in if you're in a role where you are facing clients and customers, if you're in a sales oriented role, then you will have your leads that's there in the system itself, so that you know that these are the leads that you have to follow up in that specific day. And you have your own employee calendar, so this could mark the holidays if there's any mercantile holidays, and if you have any interviews, or if you have any interviews if you're in the HR, or if you have any meetings if you are in a client facing role, or it could even be you are working as an admin and that you have meetings or tasks that you need to do. So all this could be marked on the calendar. So basically that is the dashboard, when it's your own personal dashboard, I would say, when you log into the system. So before we move into different modules of the system, we can quickly go to my profile. So in my profile, you will have your time log. So here is where your name will be shown, since I'm using it as an admin, so it shows me as the admin. But when you log in, you'll have your monthly login details as to the timesheet. So it'll show how much hours that you worked this week, the last week, this month, the last month, and total hours. And here you could see your staff code, the staff name, the gender, your birthday, your phone number, your workplace number, the status, job position, your academic level qualification, your hourly rate, so that's if you are being paid by hour, your religion, your nationality, your marital status, and other related information like the citizen identification number, if the citizen ID, the date of the citizen identification number that was issued, the place of birth, the current address, residence, domicile, bank account number, and bank account name, bank name, and the personal tax code. So these are all your personal information for your reference and for the HR's reference. And this is where you'll be seeing your profile. You can also see your contract information. So when your contract code, your contract type, when was effective, when it's expiring, the status of your contract, and your signature date. If you have added anyone as your dependent in the company, then you can have the dependent's name, the birthday, the citizen identification number, the effective date, recent status, and the response. If you have undergone any training, then you can keep track of those trainings for your personal records. So you can add the trainings by yourself, and you'll be able to have a record of the trainings that you have done. So this could be used for your reference. So you could have the training program name, the training place, the start date, the finish date, the training results if you have gotten any results from the training, the degree, and if there's any notes. Here you can track the projects that you're working at the moment. So likewise, you can have the project name, the start date, and deadline, so that you know that you're working towards the deadline, and the status of the project. So if you have multiple projects, you have the option to search for the project that you're looking for, so that you know when the project started and when it ended, so that you know you're with the time map of the project. Here on the attachments, you can have you could have your knowledge based on the notes that you're taking in, or that let's say that you have to have any your personal records for your personal files for your reference, then you can add all those information up here. And here you can give your pay slips as well. Finally, you can have the pay slips number, so the HR or the admin can upload the pay slips for you, so that you can see the pay slips, the month of the pay slip, the probation contract, the formal contract, the gross pay, total deductions, income tax pay, and income tax value, the commission amount, the bonus KPIs, total insurance, the net pay, and the total cost. So these are all what's there by default. But let's say that your company is purchasing the software, then you will not have to have everything. You can just show what's needed. And in this system, you have the option to have your check-in and the checkout time. As you're checking in, if your organization has this software, the employees of the software can check in and check out within the software itself, and basically you will be able to track their tasks, not only to make sure that you're doing the HR task, but then also all the other employees of the company can use this for their time in and time out. And if you need to share documents with the organization or with any specific departments, then you can do that from here. So you can upload the file if you want to put out a notice, and if it's a status that you want to send it to the departments, then you can put it as an announcement, and you can select what department that you need to send it to, and then you can post it, so everyone in different departments will get that notification. And here you can have your personal to-do list. So you can add a new to-do, and here once the deadline is passed for the to-do, if it's unfinished, then it will show in the unfinished list. So if you have finished upon the deadline, it will show that your finished list, to-do finished list. So basically, this is we are still in the dashboard, and this is basically the introduction for the system, and you will have your own personal information. Now moving into more for HR functions. So firstly, we can go into the HR records. So in the HR records, you can go to the dashboard, And the dashboard, so these are basically for the HR department to see. So HR department can see the staff ratio by departments, staff ratio by jobs, staff ratio by age group, staff ratio of changes by staff by seniority, and all this information is given to the HR. And these again, these graphs can be selected or amended for your organization or the reports that you require the most. So not the same charts that you'll see, but also you can contact us and tell us the analytics that you'll need, so we can present it in a way that that's there at a glance for you. And so yeah, here again you can see the staff status by month, the new staff joinees, people that are working at the moment, and then people have quit the job, so that you can have a pretty good idea of each month as to your company inflow of staff and the people that went off. Yeah, so here you can see the contracts that are due to expire in this month, so that you can keep track of those as well, and the contracts that have already expired. And here again you can see the birthdays of the month, so that you can maybe have something special planned for those employees on their birthdays. And here you can see the staff that has not completed the onboarding checklist, so that you know that you are in the right track of the process, and that you have completed all the documents that are required for the staff to be on board. So that is the dashboard. Now moving on to job descriptions. So here you can add a new job position. So it's like, let's say that the new staff is being joined. Once you have added the staff to the system and that you have given them the staff logins, you can basically add their position into this. So you can open up a new job position. If they're involved in a specific group or a department, you can put them in a group. And so yeah, so basically you can have the job code, the name, job description, department and name, and the job group. So here you will be able to separate them or segregate them by departments. And if it's a team that's been joining the company at a time, then you can import all the information on Excel, so it makes the job easy. You don't have to fill one by one. You can just import the job descriptions on Excel, and then you'll be able to save it on the system. Here is where the HR will have the function to manage the organization chart. So if they can add new units, they can view the organization chart, so they can basically see who's the head of the organization and who's leading it, and the managers of that specific department of the organization, and so the company structure as to what staff members and their roles. So the ID of the employees, the names, the parent unit as what department that they're in, and the department manager, the unit email. So if, let's say if it's the sales, then the sales will have email. So the sales email, you can have it here. The Google Calendar ID if you need to add in Google Calendars, or this could even be Teams calendars or Zoom, depending on what your company is using, and the options. And moving on to onboard, so you will have your onboard checklist. So you can add a checklist for onboarding. Basically you'll be able to see the full name, the staff code, and the birthday, and if it's finished. So you can track your onboarding. And under the HR reports, you can add the new staff members, and you can import Excel. So basically here you'll be able to take the complete record of everyone that's in the company, the full names, the staff code, their email address, the department that they belong to, the gender, the job position at the end, the role at the end, if they're working actively or not. So if they are past employees, then you can put this down into inactive, and their statuses. Here's where you can track the training. So you can add the training programs. You can have a training as a library, so you can the notes of the trainings and all the training videos and demos can be uploaded here, and the training results. So all of these information that are related to training can be tracked here. So you can add if there's any new training programs that's here to be conducted, the name of the training program, the training type, the description, the minimum points that's required to pass the training, and when it's created. Here in the contracts, you'll be able to see the contract information about the employees. So you can add new contracts here. You can have a contract code, the contract type, the staff members and what departments that they belong to, the contract effective date, when it's expiring, the status, and the signature date. So all the staff member contracts can be viewed here. You can pull it out whenever you want, and you can have the reporting, you can filter them. So all the new contracts can be managed here for the HR departments for the ease of use. So again, apart from going for a manual mundane work, or like having your files in hard forms, going through contracts and seeing when it's been renewed, when it's going to expire, or when the contract needs to be updated, or when the job description needs to be updated, all that will take a lot of time. But here, having a software like this, you can quickly go into this go into this module, and you'll be able to see when the contracts are expiring. So you can search contracts with the expiration date, and once you find out that the contracts have expired, you know that the contract needs to be renewed. So you can have that procedure done very seamlessly. Here you can add your dependents, and when you add your dependents, basically this is for the company to have reference. So the dependent's name can be added, the staff member's name, the date of birth, the citizen identification number of the dependent, the effective date, the reason, the status, options, and response. So this could even be added as Excel sheet. So you can add the whole sheet into the system, and then the system will record all the information. If the staff member has been laid off, then you can have a layoff checklist, so that you know that all the necessary procedures were followed during the layoff period. So you can add new layoff checklist, and then basically it will record the staff name, the department that they worked for, the job position that they held, their email address, the date of the layoff, the progress as to if all the layout procedures and the formalities have been done properly, the status, and you have the option to approve the layoff or not after seeing all the information if it's accurate. Here you can have a Q&A. So basically this is for this could be the system manual. So when you give the system to someone else, or like let's say that we as a company, when we give the system to a new company, we can add the FAQs and the questions that they may have about the system, so that we can add new articles and we can specify them into groups, so that all the Q&As and the FAQs can be seen here, so that people that are using the system can have a really good understanding on how to use the system. Under the HR reports, you have the HR reports for laying off staff, the staff list by salary changes, the ratio of changes in staff by seniority, the ratio of changes by staff by month, personal qualifications by department, and you can you further separate these into all-time lists, the list for this month, last month lists, the list for the year, and so on. Under the settings for the HR records, you have this is where you control the master data. So you can add the contract types. So when you go into the drop-down menus, this will show all the information that we add here. The salary types, the allowance types, the layoff checklist, whatever is needed for the layoff. So basically, they would have to give a resignation letter, and then that could be approved. And there's a process where when a layoff is happening. So that process, as to the checklist or the milestones of the process, you can add into the system. The types of training, the onboarding template, the workplace, the contract template, the permissions, general settings, and reset data. So basically, this is the master data section for this specific HR records module. You will be able to have basically the drop-down menus and all the information of the different functions within this specific setting. Moving to HR payrolls. Under the HR payrolls, you will be able to go to employees. So here you can do the employee management. So the employee number again can be viewed, the name, job title, department name, the tax invoice number, and yeah, so these employees management can be done monthly, by department, by role, or by staff. Here's where you can mark the attendance for the payroll. So you will be able to see if they have worked throughout the month. So basically it will show the HR code, the name, the department name, and basically the whole month as to how many hours that they worked. So you can see the actual working time during the probation period contract, actual working time during the contract formal hours, the paid leaves, how many hours that they've taken, unpaid leaves by hours, or we can even customize this by day, the standard working time for a month, so that if it's 160 hours per month that they're required to work, and you'll be able to see if they have actually worked that. So yeah, basically you'll be able to take a record of the attendance into the system from here. Commissions, you'll be able to track the commissions. So the employee number can be again seen, the employee name, the department name, the commission amount. So these can be tracked. If there are any deductions for the employee, then you can go through the deductions and you'll be able to track them and record them. bonus KPIs can be tracked. So, we know that they have achieved their targets and they have achieved their KPIs. So these can be recorded as well. And the insurance, if the company is providing an insurance, then you will be able to track all the information and make sure that they are under the staff insurance. Here you can manage the pay slips. So under the pay slips, you can add pay slips for the templates, and you can have a basic name, the basic template, the pay slip month, the pay, the staff that created the pay slip, the date that's created, the status, and the options. So you have the option to basically create a pay slip template so that you can have your company header and then the company pay slip format. You can also manage the income and the taxes. So income taxes. So you can have the employee name, the department name, the income tax, and the tax for the year, so that the HR can have a pretty good idea as to how much they are paying by company for the people's income taxes, and take that as a report. Under the reports, you can have your payroll report, the income summary report, the insurance cost summary report, the pay slips, the department pay slips, and so on. Again, you can segregate them into different periods as to this month, the last month of this year, last year, last 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. So however that you want. So you can have department pay slips, let's say that for the last 6 months, and you can have it as it is. Moving to the settings of this. Again, this is where you set your master data. So for the income taxes, you can have form value, to value, the tax rate for that specific salary range, the equivalent value for it, and the effective tax rate. So these information you will be able to have as master data in the system. Likewise, income tax rebates, in earning list, salary deduction list, insurance list, payroll columns, data integration, permissions, and recent data. So basically, all the master data for the HR payroll module can be set over here. And managing timesheets and leaves. So you can manage people's attendance. So basically when you here's where you add in your check-in and the checkout. So that is the information that will be captured into the system while you see the attendance. So yeah, so when you come into the company, you can have your own check-in and checkout. Another function that the system support is that, let's say that you have in your company, you have access control system where you have to put in the fingerprint or the face unlock for them to come through the main door of the company. When they start their shift or when they're going back, they'll have to put the fingerprint again. So these information that you capture through a hardware unit or a fingerprint scanner, that information you can have coupled it with the software, and we can connect it with the with our development team with the API, and you will be able to basically get those information. And when someone puts a fingerprint and when they come into the company, the system will automatically capture their check-in time, and when they're going back, it will capture the checkout time. You can mark the leaves, so basically you'll be able to track the leaves. I have a calendar view for it as well. The employees have the option to apply for the leaves. If they are working overtime, then they can record the additional work hours. So leave management can be done. Here's where you can have your work shifts shift table. This could be your department's roster or the company roster. So the staff members on what days that they're working. The department and the role and stuff. So the department head or the company managing director can basically go through as to who's working when. And here's we can manage a shift. So when you can start from date to date, the department role, the staff, the created date, you have the options. So you can manage the shift. And under the shifts category, you have your ID, the name, the description, and the option. So you can have different categories of shifts. So let's say that you're pulling a night shift and or you are doing your routine shift, then you can add those shift categories into here. In the reports for the timesheets and leaves, you have the annual leave report, the attendance report, the leave application report, the check-in and the checkout history report, check-in and checkout progress according to your routine, the check-in and checkout progress. This is according to your route. And for the charts, you can have the working hour statistics, leave by type, leave by department, the ratio of check-in and checkout by workplace. And under the settings, you will have the norms of leave. So again, you can set the master data as to the different leaves that the people can have. So they could have basically, for example, annual leaves, the maternity leave, private work without pay, sick leaves, and there could be mercantile and yeah. So whatever the leaves that the company is offering, you can have the types of leave under the master data. The holidays, the approval process for the leave, basically you can have workflow for the approval process as to who has to initiate the leave application and who would be approving, and if there's anyone to oversee the whole process, then you can add that as well. So you can have the timesheet settings, so you can change the timesheet options. You have the type of leaves, the permissions. If you're setting an IPLab listing, so basically you can manage the access controls, and you have the option for API integration. So the API documents and the code level information is here, so that you can mask this to support your check-in and the checkout. And under utilities, you have media. So here's where you'll be able to basically add the knowledge base. So if your department or if the company is having any notices or that any information that they need to manage as a knowledge base, then you can basically save it in the system itself. You can have a bulk PDF report. So any circulations or any department information, confidential information, and all this information can be added into this. You can track your calendars, announcements, your activity log, and the ticket pipe log. And moving to the reports, you will be able to have the timesheets overview and the knowledge base articles. These are the general two reports that's there, but then if you require any more reports, then you'll be able to see or we'll be able to develop those reports for you. And under the setup, this is where you can set up the whole system at the beginning. So you can add the staff, the customers, the support as to departments, the preferred replies, predefined replies, the ticket priorities, the ticket statuses, services, if then spam filters. You can manage your leads here. So what sources that you're getting leads from, the status of the leads. If you want to, we can do email integration as well to the system. So your leads could come from different social media accounts, or that you do digital. When you do digital campaigns, it could come through your mail. So whatever the leads that you get from whatever source, we'll be able to integrate that into the system. So when you get a Facebook inquiry, for example, then automatically it will upload that to the system as lead. So your HR can basically see your KPIs through that. And yeah, you can have web to lead. And for the finance, again, the tax rates, the currencies that the company is dealing with, the payment modes that the company is paying out for the employees, the expenses categories as to what the main expenses that the company is facing, and the contracts. You can have multiple contract types. So estimate requests, if you are requesting any through this application, then you can have forms and statuses configured from here as well. So you can have modules, the email templates, any custom fields that you may require. You can manage your GDPR. You can set roles for the system so that all the staff members that are logging into the system will not see all the modules that they are in the system. Only the modules that's relevant for their role they will be able to see. Under the menu setup, so you can have the main menu and the setup menu, and you have the system settings. Again, you can have the general settings. You can add your company logo, so when you log into the system, your company logo will be visible. If you have a company logo, for you to have a different logo for the dark mode, then you can have a company logo in dark mode, the favicon. Here under the company information, you can have the company name, the address, the city, and the state that the company is in. For localization, you can have your own time format where your company is located, and if there is a desirable language, you can add yes, and then you have the language option. You can add your email information, the finance information, subscriptions, payment gateways, customers, tasks, support, leads, SMSs, the calendar, the PDF, e-signatures you can have it saved in the computer, cron jobs, tags, publisher.coms, and Google and Whisk. So all this information I've tracked as well. So this as explaining, this I hope is a very comprehensive solution, and I think this will provide an end-to-end solution for small to medium-sized companies for their HR functions. We have an application coming up as well for the system, so the employees that are working remotely can access the system by their mobile phones, either Android or iOS. They will be able to have the check-in and the checkout information within the application itself. and they will also be able to apply for leave. So the leave management can be done by the application, and if they have any conversation that they need to have with the other staff members, they can communicate through the application. But this is the web version, and basically by concluding the demo, you'll be able to pretty much do the HR records. You'll have the dashboard, the payroll, the timesheets and leaves within the system. So we hope this is a very comprehensive system for a small to medium-sized company. And another added benefit is that you'll be able to manage your knowledge base within the system, so that you can upload your PDFs in bulk. You can have any training videos that you have done. You can manage the employee's KPI and many more functions. I hope the demo was informative to you, and the solution will help your company. So if you have any inquiries, or if you need any software consultations, you please feel free to reach us under the comment section of our YouTube video, or you can reach us on our LinkedIn profile, which is FINAP Worldwide. And yeah, we'll be more than happy to link up with you and help you out through your software integration process. Thank you for tuning in. Next week, we'll be back with another webinar. We'll be back on the 22nd of February at the same time. So every Thursday as usual. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great week.